Yeah, how's it going? Today is 9th of August, Friday, and we're taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at three different articles. So we're gonna be taking a look at what might be a very important subject, right? That will be cybersecurity, space explorations, and environment. And the last point, we can take a look at what's happening with the military contracts within UK. Since there might be a lot of attention in this space, we might as well take a look at it. So in the first article, let's take a look at UK and France to consult on commercial cyber intrusion capabilities. After the UK and France will soon launch consultation on the threat presented by the proliferation and irresponsible use of commercial cyber intrusion capabilities. Okay. So this subject, right? So if you have company, right? So depending on how many clients you might have, 10,000 clients, cybersecurity will be more relevant every single day, based on how many clients you might have, right? If you have your online store and how many sales you are making, more and more people would begin, if not already, paying attention at this space. Since even if we are taking a look at cybersecurity essentials courses and all those kind of things, not that many businesses have completed those, which might be a very important area. But let's take a look at that and let's bring more understanding and more attention to cybersecurity. Let's briefly take a look at this article. More than likely, there's going to be consultation, and we might be able to begin talks and or try to understand what would be objectives that I think it is UK and France, right? So it's two different governments, and they're looking at the space as well as I was taking a look at some of European countries, and they're looking pre-startup projects who are looking to solve some of this problem when it comes to cybersecurity. I was taking a look at what's happening in Europe, so so there's more and more attention in the space, right? But how many businesses, as I mentioned previously, the real problem is that governments like US, they would have so many projects and they would have tons and thousands of people working in the space, right? Not necessarily Europe has any projects of tens of thousands of people working in cybersecurity. So that would be interest of France and UK and all the entire Europe to have these systems on these projects and this operating in the space when it comes to cybersecurity. That's an issue, right? We can register for consultation and we can raise this issue. It's very unlikely that these people are gonna do anything. It's very unlikely. Let's take a look at the next article. That would be a microcarb. Okay, microcarb is a joint mission between UK Space Agency and CNES that will measure sources and sinks of carbon, the principal greenhouse gas driving global warming. I don't know. I have taken a look at price of some of those projects, right? Not necessarily that many businesses can enter into this market, and once they enter, they're looking to solve some of those issues, right? We can take a look at that. Might be important without perhaps delving too much into detail. I would like to understand hard data, right? Understanding the behavioral dynamics of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere, the process by which they are produced and absorbed is a key part of understanding how these gases are changing climate. Microcarb is the first European mission intended to characterize greenhouse gases flux on Earth's surface and gauge how much carbon is being absorbed by oceans and all forests, the main sinks of the planet, right? Uh, it's good that they're working in the space, and some of this project has been completed. But even if we will try to engage with the team, not necessarily would give anything, right? I know if there would be points of contact, we can reach out to these people. So other than that, I don't see a reason why they bring more attention to this project, right? Let's take a look at this article. I think that will be very important of understanding that will be AUKUS takes another step forward with real-time AI trials. AUKUS National Test AI enabled uncrewed aerial vehicles that allowed human operators to locate, disable, and destroy targets on the ground. Something that was published today. That will be kind of interesting article, as well as if we're taking a look at Australia, we can take a look at assembly plan. So that would be potentially first of a kind in Australia. Some of those companies begin establishing their operations in Australia when it comes to assembling some of those uncrew area vehicles, right? So there might be some companies involved. As of now, I haven't read this article, right? But that would preface is something myself be interested in understanding. Since AUKUS, they would refer to three different governments: UK, US, and Australia, right? In this article, we're going to be taking a look at AI-enabled area vehicle support that disable and all ground targets. Trial saw seamless exchange of data between AUKUS nations. And the last one, groundbreaking exercise highlights continuing progress of Pillar 2 technology work. Uh, Most likely that they're referring to AUKUS nations. I would rephrase it, right? So there's different organizations. Some of those would be Five Eyes, right? So English-speaking Commonwealth nations, right? As well as AUKUS, perhaps someone who's paying for this initiative. I think that's what they're referring to, right? I was trying to find information on a first of its kind assembly plant in Australia by US. I think that's what's happening, but there might be completely different things. So I'm just trying to understand it, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand it, and that would be potentially Australia building its own capabilities. That would be more than 18 million for emerging aviation technology partnerships, right? So perhaps, or it should, Australia this should think about how to build its own capabilities. If not, whatever Australia doing, keep on doing, I guess. Keep on doing, I guess. What can you say? I know a little bit about environment and everything, what's happening in Australia, which there's a lot of things, right? But let's come back to this article. Let's come back to this article. It's something that was published by UK's government, right? And we potentially were taking a look at what's happening in Australia by US companies, perhaps establishing assembly plants, as well as Australia perhaps would be interested in launching their own projects, right? 11 or so. In significant landmark for AUKUS, the Three Nations has trialed a futuristic integration of autonomy and artificial intelligence for the first time. Testing saw the deployment of series of AI-enabled uncrewed area vehicles that allowed human operators to locate, disable, and destroy targets on the ground. This groundbreaking exercise, which included AUKUS partners and experts from Defense Science and Technology Laboratory, okay, in the first use of autonomy and OES sensing systems in the real-time military environment. The successful trial focused on collaboration of AI and autonomy with our allies to ensure that achieve the best possible outcomes. AI and automation systems were used to reduce the time it takes to identify enemy targets and operate with reduced risk of life. This includes a series of drones from each nation operating together in the same airspace to achieve a common outcome, while it's being augmented by AUKUS AI team with retrained and or deployed AI onto the platform. The seamless exchange of data and controls between the three nations technology demonstrates the progress that has been made by AUKUS in the trilateral adoption of AI and autonomy systems. It's great that all governments are working together in order to achieve security and stability in the region, I guess. There's more information in this article. I'm kind of interested to see what else they're doing. But I think AUKUS is a completely different project. I believe AUKUS is completely different. So we're mixing conversations here, by the way. I think autonomous. So since we were taking a look at some of the systems that do operate underwater, So that what I believe what AUKUS is all about. But now we're looking at aerialist systems, right? The trial, which is part of series of trial named AUKUS Resilient and Autonomous Artificial Intelligence Technologies, took place a part of the annual US hosted multinational project Convergence Experimentation Experience. AUKUS continue to develop and deploy an autonomy technologies in a safe and responsible manner that ensures context appropriate meaningful human control. I don't know. I do not support this statement, by the way, and all the statements, right? By the way, I don't know what they're referring to. I was taking a look at statistics and what would be within legal agreements, what would we consider collateral damage, right? So it's by some of the systems and how many people will get injured by mistake. And some of the things that are happening right now, and those numbers way off. It sometimes can go up to 40%, even higher. So this is what they're referring to. So I'm not supporting a statement and some of the people who are making some of these decisions and being supported by these people. So these people are supporting those people who are making these kind of decisions. Once that been said, we can continue this article, right? The trial demonstration of significant improvement AUKUS partners have made two of the applications and availability of right science. The first UK trial in April 2023. The technology has been developed at rapid pace and once proven will be incorporated onto national platforms, providing the military with operations advantage throughout quicker response to current and future threats. Throughout AUKUS, new capabilities are being tested and protect platforms. To protect platforms. When they say platforms, they can refer to so many different things, right? So many things. So such a wide way to describe many things, right? What kind of platforms, right? For example, protecting armored vehicles. That can be a platforms as well. Aerial vehicles. That can be a platforms, right? Oil extraction at the coast of South Africa, that can be a platform as well, right? From electronic warfare, lasers and GPS attacks working across AUKUS nations. In this way means our military have greater interoperability and access to the most advantaged AI across all three nations. It's also opened up opportunities for sovereign industry partners, right? So perhaps either way, so there's a lot of things happening. We only take a look at this article and all information from business perspective, and some of the people underperforming as of now, right? And last bit after the AUKUS is landmark. Okay. I don't know. That's a little bit of marketing, but either way. Participants for project coverage, right? So there might be a lot of businesses already operating and taking part when it comes to solving some of these problems, right? So I wish there would be contact information so how more business can engage in this initiative when it comes to offering products and services, right? When it comes to business operations. Other than that, perhaps in the future, Europe is already taking a lot of actions when it comes to reduce need of external partners outside of Europe, right? So let's encourage Europe to carry on this by reducing by whatever percentage is, how much they're spending. It might be up to 85% of things that they're purchasing outside of Europe. And they're looking to reduce to 50%. So hopefully Europe can do it within the next 6 years or so, right? Otherwise, Europe gonna be purchasing all these kind of things from partners listed, right? This is what's gonna happen, right? And let's close that. Thanks for watching. See you next one.